5 ways how you become richer than the average Joe. Becoming richer than most people is not that hard. And when I talk about most people, I talk about the average people around you. Not the ultra-rich CEOs. We are most people. One of the reasons it is easy to become richer than most people is because most people are bad at money. This is an easy guide to not to be bad at money, and how to become richer than the average Joe. Yes, you can become richer than the average Joe by making more money. But that is not the point to this guide. And yes, you can have luck and hit an oil field with your shovel. But that is not the point either. Here are the 5 ways how you can become richer than the average Joe. 1. Don't spend more than you make. This one might seem as obvious as the previous headlines. But at the same time, it seems like it is not as obvious as it should be. Many people seem to confuse, don't spend more than you make, with, don't spend more than you can. If you make $3,000 a month, you should spend less than that amount. You should not spend $3,200 because you make $3,000 and have a $500 on a credit card. $3,000 salary plus $500 credit card does not mean that you have $3,500 to spend. This is where most people step wrong. It doesn't matter if you earn $2,000 a month or $10,000 a month. If you spend it all, you have $0 when the month ends. The concept of lifestyle inflation is something to be aware of here. Lifestyle inflation means that your lifestyle changes because of, for instance, a higher income. So if you make $1,000 more a month, it is easy to spend $1,000 more a month. You will always be able to spend all your money. A good quote from the book The Richest Man in Babylon goes, that what each of us calls our necessary expenses will always grow to equal our incomes unless we protest to the contrary. And this is really true. 2. Save what you don't spend. Now, the next step is to spend less than you make, and then save that money. A good rule is to aim for at least 10% of the net salary. This may sound like a lot, but everything counts. So start with as much as you can, and then you can try to cut your spending and save more the next months. I am sure you will be able to save at least 10% before long. Robert T. Kiyosaki said in his book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, that it's not how much money you make. It's how much money you keep. And George S. Clason wrote, I found the road to wealth when I decided that a part of all I earned was mine to keep. And so will you, in The Richest Man in Babylon. 3. Don't just keep the money, invest the money. After you have saved your money, what should you do with it? Put it in the mattress or a bank account. The way the interests are in most of the world at the moment, the bank account interest rates are lower than the inflation. This means that over time your money becomes less its worth. It is far better to have money in your bank account than to spend them, but it is even better if you can make more money worth more over time. The way to make your savings grow is to put them to work. By investing them. Probably the first thing you think about when you hear investing is the stock market. I like the stock market, and perhaps you do as well. But the stock market is not the only alternative. There are lots of ways to put your money to work so that it can give you future returns. Here are some examples. You should always do your due diligence, but over time your money should expect to grow when they are put into solid investments. For beginners, I recommend global index funds. Global index funds are low-cost stock market funds that consist of companies with global exposure. 4. Don't lose money. Many people dream of becoming rich. Perhaps you have Googled how to become rich. Many of the articles and YouTube videos you will find by doing this present you with a get-rich-quick scheme that will work for 1% of those that try. You can become rich by buying a lottery ticket, but the chances of winning are 1 in X million. So good luck with that. Most of the quick ways to become rich simply does not work. What you end up doing instead is to lose money. And one of the greatest investors through all time, Warren Buffett, once said, Rule 1, never lose money. Rule 2, never forget Rule 1. What I am trying to tell you is that if you want to have a chance of becoming more wealthy than the other people around you, you have to stop going for the quick and dirty solutions, because of the chance of you making it is so slim. Here's a quick example to illustrate why you should not lose money. Say, you have $10,000 and you lose 40% of your money. Then you have $6,000. How many percent returns do you need to get back to $10,000? 40% like you lost? No, you will need 66.67%. 5. Compound interest, the beautify of patience. Here is the real gem. This is the reason why it is not important to strike gold. If you invest smart and you don't lose money, your investment will accumulate and compound over time. If you stick to the plan and save and invest over time, you are both less likely to lose money, and you will also compound your money. A famous quote says, "Compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it, he who doesn't pays it." Thank you for watching.